What's up, everybody? It's your boy T Fields here with BSN's BlerdSoup, here with Kimiko and
Yeah.
our special guest, game developer, esports legendary, Scott Poplar.
Hanging out in these shadows. You know what we do.
And once again, guys, like I said, this is our season 2, episode 3 that we got going on, and I had to bring Scott Poplar on. He's doing some major stuff over there in Japan and here in the States. So, Scott, tell us about what you're about. Give us a background to Scott Poplar, please.
All right. So Scott Popular overall is a Atlanta native. I was born in Atlanta. Atlanta native,
Hey.
yeah, Atlanta native, Tokyo-based game designer. But before I got to Tokyo, I ran a bunch of esports events, namely Final Round. And Final Round literally started at a house off Rainbow Drive, and it was just 200 people. But then it grew into an event where now we sell out Hilton hotels and we have esports, and it's a really cool pizza party. And some people win money as long as you got them skills. And
Occasionally, occasionally.
occasionally. So I used to be one of the, I still am one of the major threats in the games in the arcade scene in Atlanta. And then I came to Tokyo and I honed my defensive skills even more. So I started playing lame and cheap, playing different characters, understanding different matchups.
Turtle.
But esports was doing really good, but then COVID came and just like chopped that all up.
Man.
So I took 2 steps back and I was like, I've been really interested in games all my life. So let me go ahead and try to make a game. And I'm making a game right now called Ninjaman, and it's a story about a ninja with a magical gold chain. And in this game, you have to never have to worry about anybody dying because you got a ninja who's your friend.
Mm.
It's a lot more than
And
that, man. Like, give us the background
it's a
because I
lot more.
know. Give us the background to the game because I know this game because I played it. If you can actually go to itch.io and play the current build of it right now, guys, it's a
Right.
fantastic game. It's fun. It's super hard. Like, it's one of those like Demon Souls type games where it's like,
It's
yo, if you
not that
suck, you
hard.
suck. It's hard. Like I only saved 3 chicks. Like that's how hard it is to me, and I'm a gamer. I've been here for a while. I've been here for a little bit.
Okay.
But get into detail. What's some of the gameplay mechanics you put into this game?
Well, just direct references would
Right.
definitely be from Kage no Densetsu. If you translate it, that's a Legend of Kage,
Yep.
and it's a Taito title. It's basically like Ninja rescued a princess story, but the thing is, the princess never stays home. After you rescue her, she just runs back off into the woods, and you're like, "Come on, can we work together? Can you stop running away?"
That's true.
And it's like a forever loop. So I looked
Mm-hmm.
at that game and I was like, "Yo, wouldn't it be cool if like you never found her?" I'm giving spoilers away. In Ninja Man, you'll never find her. She's gonna forever be out there. Don't save her because she don't want to be saved. But with that same mechanic, I was just like, okay, well, if I can emerge like these, if I can mix these two worlds that I've lived in, I'm getting to the point where I've spent half of my life in America and half of my life in Japan. So it's like these two places that I love very much, and I'm trying to mix these two places together in a fictitious in video game world.
Mm-hmm.
So there's probably going to be a Waffle House in there. At the same time, there's going to be a sushi place. There's going to be like Japanese buildings. There's going to be could even be entertainment clubs that we have in the A as well.
Right. I know what he's talking
And
about.
yeah,
Talking about those private
so
society clubs. That's what he's talking
private society clubs. But
about.
Ninja Man isn't your typical ninja. So his basic weapons, instead of using a sword, he uses his magical gold chain. And instead of using the actual like ninja stars, he
Mhm.
throws hearts. And the hearts basically change the zombies back into normal people. Because in the world of video games, it's really easy for us to make zombies and enemies because they're not, well, they were human. So it's
Right.
easily just to kill the zombie because that's not portrayed as a human per se.
Yeah.
But you know what? The problem with that is, and I've always looked at it, I was just like, you know what? At some point, even though this image that I created is just an image, right?
Mhm.
If we think of it in like human terms, that zombie has to be somebody's mother, somebody's sister, somebody's brother,
Wow. You take
somebody
it personal. That's
endearing
crazy.
to some other person,
Yeah.
right? So instead of us just running out and shooting them in the head or chopping their head off, how about we fix the problem?
mm.
So Ninja Man is there. Hit him with some love, take them to the club. It's just that easy. They- You got it. You know
Right.
exactly what you're doing.
So
It's
so
just
is it
like
gonna be like a total like max levels, or is it like an endless runner where it's all about keeping the high score of how many different people that you're saving?
well, right now I'm teetering in between both. Like I would like for it to be like I'm looking at making it like one big huge sandbox
Okay.
where like not in the sense of like a Metroidvania,
Yeah.
but like imagine if there was just like okay, if you go this far, you can take Ninja Man all the way to the far, maybe you take him to the west end,
Hmm.
and maybe you can go to like different venues out there, or you can go far east and come to Japan and go to Tokyo Tower. But these are little things I'm looking at. But then if I get what I want, I gotta put in a versus mode.
See,
Ooh,
that's gonna be the key.
that's what I want to hear.
And that's what I was saying before. Like I feel like because if you play this game called Killer Queen, it's kind of has a versatile mode like
Yeah, I
that too.
saw it.
And
Yeah,
it's like
I
that's
did.
something
Thank
like those ideas because I do like the idea of it being like a rogue game where it's like it's endless, but you got to keep going, restart and stuff like that. But
you.
like I just feel like there's so many different ways you can go with this game, man. But like to have it the whole sandbox where you like Ninja Man's basically traveling the world doing this stuff. I'm like, bro, that's endless. Like you gonna have cats
Yeah.
kind of fall asleep, wake up, and keep playing the game, man. Like,
I mean, like just for instance, like
mhm.
let's say like you get enough currency, hearts, or people, or whatever materials you need, and you could like build your own uh best in TV like a little hub.
Wow.
Say like you and Kimiko, like you guys would be sitting in the window just like doing your podcast right in there.
Hmm.
Yo, so you telling us that like you talking about I can like submit a level? Is that what you're trying to say? We can submit levels and stuff, have little mods like that?
If you send me here's the Scott Popular guarantee. If you send it to me, I'm making it. That's all it's to. Bang bang.
That'd be awesome.
That's when you put the 1-800 number at the bottom.
Right. Exactly. So question though too, like so as far as like other buildings and stuff like that, do you have to have like licensing approval from different places or how does
we
that work?
definitely have to we definitely have to go back in and get those approved.
Okay. What about just making like a
Um,
likeness of like Tokyo Tower or something like that?
we probably I think you can kind of get away with it. Like if I make it janky, I can make it purple,
Right.
and I think I could totally get away with it at
Because I
that
mean,
point.
Rockstar's been doing it for years. Where like, you know that's a Burger King, but
Exactly.
they made it's King or King or something like that. But you know what it is.
Right. Yeah, exactly. You like the player understands and they know what it is. So I mean, there are different loopholes around it, but it'd be even better if just to get the approval and the licensing from those entities, and then like, okay, cool, we're fully fledged and we're into it. And I think like
Mhm.
those places and those companies are a little bit more accepting now because they see the power of gaming.
Yeah.
Like on their end, this is marketing.
Oh, 100
This
percent.
is active marketing, which is basically better than a TV commercial because a TV commercial lasts like what 10, 15 seconds nowadays,
That's
whereas
it.
a game, the player is fully immersed in the whole experience. And after a while, you're like, dang, I really need to go to Waffle House. I'm putting Waffle House in the game like tomorrow. Sorry, mental note.
Right. That's
Yeah,
interesting. That's an interesting concept though, because I definitely like the fact that if players consider submit in mods and kind of sandbox their own Ninja Man, like because like it's kind of like with Mario Maker, like it has basically
yeah,
all the top 5 Mario games in it, and then you can just make your own world. But then again, it grew its own influence from that from people playing the game because I feel like once the game is finished and out there, it's gonna be one of those like speedrunner games where people can see how fast they can speedrun it and everything.
yeah. Like he's like going back and forth between the speed runner and the collector.
Yeah.
Like I do want to have it. I do want to have a place where it's like, okay, you get 100% of the collection. But on the other end, I feel like this is personally me. I've heard a lot of people say don't invest in your first game
Really.
because there's
They always
because
say that.
yeah, don't yeah okay. So you've experienced this because like it's like you're putting so much into it. So even while I'm making Ninja Man, I'm like thinking of other projects, but I still feel like I don't think as long as I'm alive, I don't think Ninja Man's gonna die anytime soon. Like I could be like, well, I'm gonna make this update and I'm gonna slap it in Ninja Man. I'm gonna
Mhm.
make this update. I'm gonna slap it in Ninja Man. Like it's been a very organic process.
Uh-huh.
A lot of people who I've met who've given me great ideas and like just advice, I've actually just put them into the game, like literally. And they were kind of like, okay, cool, I see where this is going, and having like a little bit more of a personal touch. Like it's weird because like I was on this movement where all of the NPCs are actually real people.
For people that don't know, NPCs is non-playable characters.
Yeah,
Continue,
not
Scott.
not player characters. Yeah, yeah.
Continue,
Sorry.
Scott.
Thanks for that
Right.
that definition. So it's cool when people play the game and they're like, "Oh, that's me." Like that is you.
Mhm.
The bad part is, "Oh, that's me, but why am I in here? I don't want to be in here. Can you change my shirt?" And then I'm like, "I'm not listening to you."
Right. Well, but that's the thing about. I mean, you got to think RPGs for that though. People who play RPGs, we're always like custom hair. I mean, look at Mass Effect and games like that, where from the eyes to the brows to the chin level, like you can get massive detail when it comes to custom character customization. But
Yeah.
sometimes you gotta be like, no, this is the player. This is how I want you to play as. Enjoy this cat.
Yeah. And then
I
I'm
mean, but I ain't gonna
working.
lie, that would be cool to have Ninja Man in the pink outfit heading to the strip club. That'd be kind of dope. But that's just me. That
Yeah, I
Cameron
mean,
pink.
I'm thinking. Yeah, yeah. There's that camera on me. Yeah.
With some
So
Tim's
like,
on.
I mean, I mean, there's like the ice stage. I can tell you right now, the ice stage I'm working on right now. The boss, mid boss of that will be Pimp C. And Pimp C when he was in the International Players Anthem video, so he
Yep.
has the fur coat on,
Hmm.
and it's it's all in 8-bit, and I think it's cool because nobody's making games about our culture like
None.
this. Like I feel like my game feels a very feels it doesn't fill the void, but it's something there. It's just like okay, the protagonist is definitely of a browner, darker skin tone. Um, the story itself is pretty hood,
Yeah.
um, and just everything about it. And I want to keep it that way. Like
Can I
literally, when
ask
you
a
turn the game,
question?
yeah, go ahead.
So you said that he had a gold chain, right? That's one of
Hmm.
his. That's his weapon, right? Or
That's one. Yeah, it's
okay.
a
So
magical gold chain.
what does it do? Is it like does it throw like a boomerang or what is it?
Good question. All right, so the gold chain actually acts as a whip right now. So it's just like imagine like somebody stepped to you like, "Hey, get off me! My name's Kimiko." What happened?
It's
Put your
the
gold
Pootie
chain back
Tang. It's
on.
the Pootie Tang.
Yeah,
It's
it's
like
the booty chain.
Yeah.
whoa,
Yeah,
okay, okay.
hit him with the gold chain. But on top of that, so the gold chain also has what we call GCW, which is the gold chain ward. So what that does is Ninja Man can the gold chain radiates outward and then it'll cloak him. So that's his ninja thing. So that means nobody can see you and you can creep. So I had to put he's a ninja, so you got to have some kind of ninja aspects into it.
Mhm.
But that's a little bit later on. And then you'll be able to get different chains. And my character in the game, I'm giving you guys so many gems. So my character is a chain master.
Yeah.
Mm. That's your
So I
NPC.
make yeah so I make the chains and then he goes out and does what he needs to do. So they'll hopefully there'll be different chains and stuff like that. But right now it's basically just a whip weapon. It's gonna work as a cloak teleporter and it might work as a grappling hook.
Ooh, nice.
But we need more funding. We need more money to do all that.
Yes. So let's talk about that real quick. So funny model. Are you currently just doing the itch.io where people are donating to the game? Are you guys moving to Steam? Have like a live beta going on with that? What are some of the funnies that you're looking to do right now with it?
Right now, I'd love for anybody just to give me some money so I can just get this rolled out.
Okay.
But on top of that, it's been basically donations and then just trying to do a bunch of pitch decks. Like I don't want to do a crowdfunding for game development. That just doesn't sound smart to me. I
Yeah.
don't know about everybody else, but for me, crowdfunding would be like just for bells and whistles. It'd be like, okay, the project is done, but I want to make sure that everybody get a fresh T-shirt.
Right.
I want to make sure that everybody gets the CD. I
Mhm.
want to make sure that everybody gets like buttons or whatnots or hair bows or clips, stuff
Right.
like that.
Go
I mean,
chains.
for me, I think that Kickstarter would be dope because people can donate to have their little character as an NPC, like
I
themselves in
know.
there. So I'm like, oh man, because that'd be cool to have that. I'll totally like, or to have their, like you said, have a podcast or have a background building. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying in there that's their own to kind of put little gems in. I think that'd be cool.
yeah.
And
Okay.
then
Sorry.
also like, have you ever Oh, I have a little background echo. But Have you ever had it where what was it? Like on the Kickstarters, they have it where like if you donate this much, the magical chain can do this. If you donate to 2,000, the magical chain, yeah.
Yeah.
So I like gamification of the Kickstarter sometimes. So just consider if that's something you may want to consider one day.
Yeah, yeah, we're definitely looking at like different options like that. But for me, the first thing is like I have a very old Atlanta mentality. If I say
Mhm.
I'm gonna give you something and you don't get it, I feel bad. And if I say you're gonna give me something and I don't get it, I'm gonna come looking for you.
Right.
So
Right. Where's that?
so,
Where's that
so I
gift at,
want to
son?
yeah. So I want to make sure like whatever we say we're gonna do, we do it.
That makes sense. I
Just
mean,
keep it
I
very
feel that.
very simple.
Yeah, kick. I mean, what I mean, I've done Kickstarters before. They're very finical and stuff, especially if it's on your first project too. Because a lot of people they like work, they, especially when it comes to donation. I mean, there's a whole bunch of rules that you got to follow when it comes to Kickstarter. You got to make sure you have a 30% you're looking to raise yourself already. To make sure you're reaching the reach that you want to reach. I mean, it can be a pain, but I mean, I think direct donations and having Steam stuff set, I think it'll be great because I just think more people need to play the game. And once they play the game, they'll be like, "Yo, this is great."
Yeah. So I think I gotta get over that milestone as well because
Yeah.
like you played the one on HIL,
Yes.
and that's not the current build. I'm going to get it to you. I just got to get past our version control
Hmm.
because now it's getting to the point where now it's like okay, this is now becoming something. Like before, I just had the red blocks,
Yeah.
but now I'm actually making something.
Well,
You
now,
know,
what about is it going to be coming on Steam here pretty soon, or we're just going to keep it on HIL?
if I lived in my universe and I could do everything I wanted to, I'd just build it out so it can play in any Windows browser.
Mm,
Wow.
that's a thought. That's a thought.
But seeing that Steam and all those other like platforms are the main ones,
Yeah.
I got to get it on there. I would like
I mean,
to be
Apple
honest.
last year alone gave out 100 million to developers, especially black developers, because they want more people on their Play Arcade.
Yeah, well, they need to give some of that money to the black developers in Japan.
Yeah, I
Cause
mean, yeah, a lot of companies are starting to support, like, especially depending on their platform and stuff too. Because I really feel like this game. Oh, I think it'd be a great mobile game.
I do too. I do
Yeah.
too. I gotta figure out how like, the button layout. But I mean the thing
I
about
mean,
Ninja
it's
Man, it's
touchbro.
really not that hard.
Yeah, it isn't,
It's
bro.
not that
I'm playing with a
hard.
mouse and keyboard right now. You think I can't play with a mobile my mobile phone and hitting buttons that are?
Oh, that's why it might be kind of hard for you. You might want to get a controller.
Oh no, I have a control.
I'm,
I know it's controller adapted. It's just my experience with HIO sometimes when I go to use the controller extensions usually don't work, even though it's a direct
okay.
download. So that's why I just play with the mouse and keyboard, and that's probably why I'm not with. I'm WASD man.
And
Okay.
you know what a lot of people do? They also like on my phone, I actually hook up my Xbox controller to my cell phone.
Yep.
It's Bluetooth, so you can still have it where it's an option, so that people they want to get real into it. Boom, they can use their controllers.
That's the one thing I noticed about the mobile game market, Scott, is like mobile game. I mean, you got moms and grandmothers and shit playing games like that. Like that's with no
Mm,
problem. Like, oh, this game is fantastic because it is like mobile game. Mobile game market is just as big as the regular game market because everybody's got a
yeah.
phone.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody has a phone. Not everybody has a PS5, me
Nope.
included.
Right.
But but it's definitely one of those markets you that I'm not gonna ignore, and I'm actually like trying to make little spin-off versions. Like quite honestly, the little Ninja Man character, like the tinier version of Ninja
Yeah.
Man, I built him for the mobile market.
Oh
Mm.
wow.
But he's still in the Ninja Man gang because like he basically is the one that like steals items and runs back and forth. So
See,
he's just
that's
a
another
munchkin
game right
version.
there for mobile, and
Yes.
it could be a companion piece.
Yeah. So
But
it's
And smartphones are so smart now. You basically can what make a game that was on Windows 95 and it will run like super smooth. you know,
right,
yeah.
now you got games like Quake that are running and Doom that are running smooth as hell. A freaking
I
mobile
know.
game.
I
I was
know.
like built off 8 megabytes of RAM, like type stuff, bro. It's amazing how much. Speaking of gaming, so what are you using for development? Are you using Unreal? Are you using freaking I
I'll
mean,
say
what platform?
so. We're basically doing most of the coding in Unity.
Unity. Okay.
Yeah, and then I create everything. I'm looking for it right now. Here it is. a lot of people are like really weird. They're like, "What are you using Photoshop?" Or like, nah, I create all the characters and everything on the iPad.
Oh
Oh,
wow.
Everything.
I love using my iPad for that. That's why I was like, I want an iPad Pro so bad. They have so
Yeah,
many really good programs to just
yeah.
like
So what
So
program you use?
draw.
So you use like a 8-bit builder and that, and then you transfer it over in Photoshop and then render
it's
for the
called
game.
it's called Pixaki. It's just like it just does pixel layers, and I just do everything in there,
Hmm.
and then I transfer the individual assets into Photoshop, and then I build out the whole stage, and then I send it to the programmer, and then we talk about crazy things like, hey man, I think we should put this pie right here. Okay, let's just put a pie right here.
Oh, nice.
And then this is like, but that's the relationship between the designer and the programmer is always very interesting
Yeah.
because
Because technically, you like
you
the
got to
key.
build a good relationship.
Right. Because technically, even though you're the designer, you're also the creative director, the key animator. Like you basically everything. And so, what
No,
about for
I'm
the
not. I'm
animation, the
not
key movements? Are you doing that? What program are you using that for the animations? Or are you still using that in
the same
Photoshop?
thing.
Same thing. Okay.
Pixoxy. I'm using the same thing. So I am. You're right. I'm the designer and the animator, and I can't wear another hat, man. My head ain't but so big, and I got too much hair. So
I'm
that's
looking for
Right.
how do you spell it? Pixaki.
here. Let me find it real quick.
You already got Chemical looking into it already. He's like, I'm gonna make some character. She want her own character in the game so bad, Scott. Look at it.
I know.
I'll
You
do it
see
for
me?
you.
Oh my
I
god.
mean, I could
I
build you a
love
character
it.
and
But I
like
still want to look at it.
yeah, I can build you out a character like super slick quick.
Mm.
Hold on, let me find that.
So how long does it take you to build a character out?
Now?
Yeah.
An
This is like for
hour?
each level. Like for each level.
Oh
Like
wow.
No, I'm not. No, dude. Now I've become a machine.
okay.
Like I can make her character in probably 3 hours. If
Oh
you
wow.
just tell me her favorite colors, I'm good. Because I've already okay. So in the game that you're playing right now,
Mm-hmm.
there's only four zombies, right?
Yeah.
And the version that the new one I'm working on right now, it has 10. All
Oh
of them are
wow.
different. So now when you rescue a zombie, it's you. There's no clone. There's no
Mm-hmm.
palette swap. It's just like this is an original sprite for that stage. I've so on that stage there's only 10. I've already created like 40 different ones already.
Oh wow. You have like a whole drive with just characters in it.
Yeah, it's like I'm looking at it now. I'm like maybe like Ninja Man's mo is like rebuilding the community.
Ooh, I like that.
You know,
I'm all about
Get
community.
the zombies off the streets,
get the
throw
zombie.
them blaze.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, get them
The
zombies off the
zombie.
streets. Yeah,
Mm.
and so making it more holistic, making it more kid friendly.
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah, so all right, it's so for everybody listening, it's spelled Pixaki. The Pixaki. There should be a little black and purple icon on your store.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's on the iPad, you're just on the
$200.
go.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, you have to pay for this one, but it's not that much.
Okay.
If
It's
you're
not.
into building a lot of pixel characters, I mean, shoot, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Especially you'll create
Yeah,
NFTs and nothing wrong with that either, man.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
yeah, for sure.
yeah. Because I use this to create NFTs as well too. So I'm like, all right, well, here we go.
Like I'm looking at some of these pictures, it's pretty dope. So yeah, I can imagine what you've created with it.
Uh,
So
like
No
with
period.
once you get everything finally looking funding, when are you looking to publish the game out?
if
Are
I
you
can
planning
be
on
on
doing like
my
a
time,
yeah? Are you looking to do like a year open beta with everything planned, or looking to put it straight out and then do some upgrades from that?
the dopest thing would be like if I could start developing right now. If I could start developing in January and get all the way to my birthday in May, and then I would release like a beta, a hard beta for everybody. Well, maybe early access beta so everybody can play it and give me a little bit more feedback,
Yeah.
and then I'd come back and have everything done. Hopefully by the don't hold me to it, but I want to say in November,
Hey man, I'm all about no
and
rush.
then
I'm the old school developer type. No rush. What's done is done.
yeah, yeah. No, no, no. I like deadlines. It gives me like perspective. But like what I want to do more than anything is like when we do release the game, it needs to be just the Ninja Man party because like that was so much fun.
Yeah, I saw
Like
that. That was 2019 before everything COVID happened. You were doing the events.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So like it was just like, so the other part about Ninja Man's chain is he has the ability to go in between different video game worlds.
Yeah.
So he can leave Atlanta Tokyo, which is the world for Ninja Man, and go into Mario Brothers and go pick up a mushroom or go figure out what's going on in their little world. That I don't have any I don't have any licenses to that, but like the stages I'm working on are just kind of basically spoofs of that.
Yeah. Right.
So in that Mario world, let me go ahead and just tell you the whack story, the story I got in
Right.
my
You can have
head.
a green go, but nobody's gonna say something.
Yeah. So in that world,
Be
uh,
careful with Nintendo though,
Mar-
man.
I know.
They don't
But
like people playing Smash online.
yeah, you're right. But okay, so would you say thank you for saying that? I'll just
Yeah.
keep it very simple. So in that world, the Pookie or Peaches,
Yeah.
Peaches is Princess Peach, right?
Yeah.
And she comes to the dojo in Atlanta, Tokyo, and she's like, "I need y'all to go figure out what Demario's doing because he ain't been home in a while. Go find out where he is." So Demario is supposed to be Mario,
Yeah. The
but it's
Mario.
basically Mario with a tank top and a do rag.
Man. The Mario.
That's funny. Yo, where's Demario?
Right.
Yeah. And then she finds out that he's in some like pyramid scheme selling do rag puppies. It's wild.
Nice.
I love the
So
storyline.
the story, yeah. I mean, it to me, it's just keep it going. I'm glad you reacted that way because to me, it's I have to laugh at this whole process.
Yeah.
I feel like if I was making a serious game, I would have stopped a long time ago.
Mm.
Yeah. I
But
mean, that's
making
and that's the one thing about actually when it comes to developers. Like, it's the reason why a lot of developers don't like individual developers who work for companies don't stay at the company that long because they get tired of making stuff. Like, think about it. When was the last time you saw a game that was just fun, like zero fucks, like Bartail and shit like that, where just like just have fun with the damn game. Like, quit taking this shit so seriously.
it's been a while, man.
Yeah, I mean, since Bartel leads you to Larry's and games like that, and then when the games do come out, people are like, "Oh, that's so wrong." It's all. I mean, everybody's got an opinion now thanks to the internet, but
Yeah. So
I mean, how
and
do you feel about that though? Because like you just said, like you're having fun, and you feel like if you did anything else differently, you'd be like, "Fuck
yeah, I mean,
this."
like because a lot of people always ask me because like I have roots in the FGC, and they were like, well, why don't you make a fighting game or a versus game? Like I want to, but like, do you realize how much of a headache that is?
Yeah,
That I do not want right
I
now.
mean, you
But
see the
I
time
don't.
that Riot's taking with Project L. They're like, "Yo, this is done whenever we freaking feel like it. Like, we are in no
Yeah,
rush to fill this game." And the problem with that though, especially with the FGC, is like if you even if you attempt to make a fighting game, once it remotely has anything that sucks, they're gonna just drag it under.
yeah. And then on top of that, well, not that you mean all those prior lawsuits
Yeah.
that were involved with Evo as well. So that
Yep.
definitely hindered their progress. So, but like I said, those are headaches that I don't want. So I'm gonna just stay away from it. I'm gonna be
Yep.
on the other side of the street with a waffle. Y'all, I don't, I
Just
don't
giving
think
out the
y'all.
hearts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's me.
Just
I'm doing
hearts,
this.
hearts.
I'm
Giving out
doing.
hearts.
Yeah, if you don't like love, something wrong with you. Like it.
Right.
So yeah, that's what I'm looking at.
Now speaking of the FGC and esports alone, so how do you feel with the current state of what's going on at the FGC right now, especially how the players are reacting, where everything's switching online? How do you feel about that?
I mean, this is the natural progression of things. Like I think people need to just come to grips that like this is the world we live in. We live in COVID Earth now,
Yes,
and
which
it's
is
gonna get better. Y'all just got to stop freaking out.
yeah. We got
Everybody,
you got Unicron. Worry about now, or is it Omicron? Omicron,
nah, you
Unicron.
said it right. It's Unicron, the new Transformer.
Right, right.
I kind of feel like he should have came a little bit harder. They were like Omicron. I was like, nah,
Unicron.
Unicron. But I mean, I feel like people just have to like deal with like this is the world that we live in. Like our events, you're gonna have to have COVID like vaccination
Or testing, yeah.
checkpoint.
Yep.
Like these are just, I mean, these are just the way the world is now, and we're just gonna have to deal with it until things get better. As for the online tournaments, I mean, until the servers get to the point where they like there's absolutely zero lag and these things don't happen, you can complain if you want, but this is just the way it is.
But that's the thing, though, real quick, though, Scott, because if you notice, though, usually the top games have shitty servers, but then, like the good games, like Killer Instinct, Skullgirls, have great netcode, but yet nobody plays those. Like
I
it's
mean,
weird
because
that American games have better netcode than Japanese games who are more popular with fighting.
Okay, well now you're saying there's a whole nother layer to
Please, let's
that.
go into it.
You're asking you're asking these older companies to change the way they do things.
But as you just said, they have to though.
Do they really?
I mean, I mean, let's COVID. Nobody's going to arcade to play games no more.
But still from the developer standpoint, like yeah, it's like unless there's like huge gains, they're like okay, cool. Like let's look at it like this.
More customers.
Guilty Gear Strive
Yeah,
didn't introduce robot netcode, but they introduced it in a way that this really works.
yeah.
The game is beautiful. It plays extremely well online, but is it the mainstay of the FGC? No, it's not.
No,
So that game, like it's still hype. I love that game,
yeah.
but it has this ebb and flow. It's just like okay, it's up here, but now you see like everybody's like, well, I don't want to play that game anymore, and it sucks. I was like, well, y'all just complain
I'm just
because you
saying,
complain.
Axel is destroying everybody. Like, it's certain characters that are just destroying other characters. Like, it
For
happens in
me
all
being
fighting game.
for me being an old head, yes, I
Yeah,
do prefer it being face to face, head to head,
yeah.
and I think that's the way it should be done. But we have to figure out a way to proceed. Like if this is what we have to do, this is what we have to do until things get to a point that is, we can
So,
actually have a
so with that
tournament.
stated, like, shouldn't Japanese developers invest more in good netcode for games online?
They're not gonna do it, man. That's too much work. That sounds too much like work.
Isn't making the game work already? I mean, what's the point? Like, I
Yeah,
don't.
but
Why is
but
it
they not
American games that are doing it with MK11 and freaking like, those games?
because the American market is cool with for innovation. The Japanese market, man. Okay, think about Street Fighter. It hasn't really changed since, in my opinion, it hasn't really changed since Street Fighter 3.
Mm.
I mean, Street Fighter 3 was the original esports game though, so like I get that.
Yeah, but has it changed? It's like 4 or 5.
I mean, as far as gameplay mechanics, yeah, but as far as like online play, I mean, to me, Third Strike Online is still the most solid, best online gameplay of any Street Fighter game. Third Strike Online was
Yeah,
fantastic.
because they're not doing. There was only 3 updates for that game.
Yeah, literally,
Like we don't have to do. We don't have to do
Only
like.
3 updates.
literally.
There's only 3 updates for that game. It was like, and I'm done.
Yep,
Marvel vs. Capcom 2, one. That
yep,
was it. It came
yep,
out and that was it. It was buggy and you deal with it. And people still play to this day
yep.
because they find workarounds. It's like for me, man, like updates is just a headache. You mean I gotta change this
But don't
character?
you feel though, like since you want people to play your game, especially on a professional level, you want those updates. I look at Tekken 7. Tekken 7 progressively got better with each update. Like I
They
love
have
what I feel like more developers, Japanese developers, need to be like Namco. And Namco's like, yo, we actually got a product that's selling like crazy. So let's listen to our customers.
that's a good unit.
Yeah,
That's a good unit. I remember his name. I know him, but he has that T-shirt that says "Don't ask me for shit."
yeah,
But the cool thing is he is actually listening to you.
yep,
Just don't approach him on an obnoxious level. I think
exactly.
if we want the situation to be better, we got to be better players. Like stop harking these people like you need to change this. Your game sucks. Did it? You know what? What happens if I just stop making these bitches?
Right. But and that's the and no, I hate to say that, Scott. That's the difference between FGC and everything else. FGC all they do nothing but complain and ragtag and bring down the company. Where FPSs are like FPS players are like, yo, we can do this, and it's like honest suggestions, and the developer changes it. They're like, yo, we listen, but FGC is like, I gotta be heard, I gotta talk shit. You suck. It's like it's the difference between street
It's
talking and then like playing, but like being just mean towards people. You know?
it's a better way to deliver the message, man. And I think if we deliver the messages better, they would respond. But like you're not gonna like just
We
you're
gotta
not
it's just
gonna
they're bullying
bend
people.
over backwards. Yeah.
Right. I feel like FGC is just bullying all the developers, but like you have literally like MOBAs, League of Legends, where they actually talk to the developers, like in this, and they have a whole development box. Say, okay, well, listen,
Yeah, but
and it's
also at the same time, we gotta the, not. I'm not like picking on you and you guys,
yeah,
but like the people who have the media outlets. It would help if we focus a little bit more on the positives and stray away from a lot of the negative stories because
Agree.
there's like a billion of negative stories of
Yeah.
the FGC at any moment given time.
Right.
Take a little bit more time and search for the good stories because this is what's going to help us out in the long run. Because if the public just keeps seeing, you know, articles about misogyny and disrespect
Yeah.
and just outright foolishness,
Yeah.
why will they ever support? They won't. They don't need to. It's like, nah, I'm gonna go over here and I mean, they shooting people in the head over here, but at least it's cohesive, and I can I can see where the
That's that's
community
that's true. That is definitely
where the
true.
community is progressing. Whereas that not, and most of my friends are from the FGC. I
Yeah.
love them. I love them half to
Right, but
death.
that's one of those things where it's like because we're in the FGC, so we know the FGC. It's just that you have the people that's looking that's not in the FGC looking from the outward, like, ooh,
Mm-mm.
I want to be a
Yeah, it's like
part of that.
I'm not going over there and playing with them. I'm gonna
But
stay
even
right
though
here.
the FGC is like the best showmanship of esports, like when it comes to energy, the way players play, like all the different like the technical stuff that goes on, that's the best thing to showcase esports is fighting games. Like you can not play, like, for example, like an older person that doesn't play video games, they'll watch a fight game tournament because they can get it faster. They're not
Yeah,
gonna watch
yeah.
a League of Legends. They're like, what's going on? What's this about? Like
Uh,
that's the thing about it. So it's like we gotta have that. I gotta get that. You gotta show more love, show more actually positive within the community. But it's just the minute you show a positive, somebody waiting for the negative. Like they're waiting for it. Like, ugh, they just can't wait.
yeah.
And
Like
especially and it's sad.
that has to be leveled off. Like
Yeah.
there has to be more. Has to be like a lot more positive because
And you
that's
know what causes that though, Scott? Is that people in FGC don't like seeing other people win, and that's the sad thing.
well that's
That's the sad
unfortunately that's the
thing.
nature of the FGC.
Right.
It's like you constantly trying to scrub somebody at all times.
Yep.
So actually that's why I kind of like team tournaments a little bit more now
Yeah. I
because
do like team because I love the 3-on-3 action. I love that. That's what we're doing next year for
yeah
our Black 10.
yeah you can rally behind a team.
Yeah.
But like all it takes is just one person to screw up that whole thing on an individual
Yeah.
basis. This is like, I mean, even the thing with infiltration, like he just won like the CBT for Asia, and then there's people online bashing him like, "Yo, he's a piece of shit. He shouldn't be in this tournament because it's blah 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 and what he did." That's that man life.
Right.
Let that man live that. Let that man live his life.
Yep. And that's the other thing too. I feel like people in FGC like kind of just pull up dirt because they're winning. So they do research. Oh, we gonna find something to hate on this cat with, and they pull it out there.
Oh
That's why
man,
it's so negative. It goes down to the end of the day. Nobody wants to see the person win. That's sad. I love seeing people win. I love it. That's these new cats coming out. Like when Sonic Fox first came out, I'm like, wow,
right?
he's good. Good. Like people are mad
No,
because
no.
he's good. Good.
Yeah, so it's like damned if you do and damned if you don't.
Right.
Like you just, but it's hard to stay in
Oh
the
man.
hero lane without being a villain.
That's why
I'm glad
sometimes.
I'm not good good. I'm glad I'm not good good because I'll probably make people hate me too. Villainy,
Hey, that's why I'm
villainy.
villain. I love villain. And once you go there, it's fantastic. But
Yeah,
I'm more of a proper villain. Like I'll cheers you, like good touche. I'm not gonna be,
mm,
the proper villains, the proper two villains. That's how we work. So tell me
okay.
about because I know earlier we were talking about NFTs. So how do you feel about NFTs, especially doing stuff now with Ninjaman? How do you feel about it? You pro? You
It
against
is the
it?
wa- it's the I have okay. Number one, I am super noobing on this.
Mm-hmm.
I just released my own NFTs and I don't know what I'm doing at all. Thank God for Uncut Diamond, which
Mm-hmm.
is my gallery sponsors. And so they basically, I can't. The deal was simple. Like I'll make the art, y'all do everything else because I can. Like I don't understand what's going on. I didn't have a digital wallet until 2 days ago. It's like this little fox jumps on my phone. He spins around. He's like, "Hey, Scott, you can sign this." I was like, "Okay, sign it." And he starts spinning around, and we happy. And
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for the little fox to come back with some money pies, and I guess this will work out. But the one thing is, it's like I'm to me, I'm looking at the NFT gaming,
Yeah.
and I'm trying to figure out what is the difference between this and skins or loot boxes. Like it's kind of the same,
It's the
but they're like
same, but it's not.
theory.
But
Yeah,
that's the
but it's
thing.
not.
Like so, it is right. Everything's still the same. Everything's still based on loot box, no matter what. But
Right.
usually when it comes to gaming crypto, you try to make your own blockchain or your own coin. So that way it's
Hmm.
your own gamification. And it's done the same way. It's been doing the same way since mobile. Where it's like, oh, you need $20 to buy these green coins to spend it inside the game. It's the same exact model.
So it's
Just renamed.
interesting. I don't like. I would like to implement it into Ninja Man, but at the same time, I think I'm just gonna stay on the art side for now until I figure it out.
Yeah.
Because like for me, like as a gamer, and this is just old gamer talk. I don't want people to have like if you buy the game, I think everybody should have like the same starting line.
Yeah.
I don't want you to like buy the game and then you buy a piece of art and that gives you a bonus.
Right. And then you're already on top of everybody.
Then you're on top of everybody,
Yeah.
especially if there's a versus element. Like it's got to be there has to be kind of like a firewall to
Yeah.
make the gameplay fair. But at the same time, if we just and I told this, I thought about this a couple of days ago. I was like, damn, Nintendo is super smart because those amiibos are basically physical NFTs.
Yep. They were. They were the first NFTs. Yep. But,
I was like,
but Nintendo was
wow.
straight up about cash. He's like, no, we need 30 for these, son.
Yeah, I was just like,
Yep.
wow. So if I can make a Ninja Man, that's like to me, that is the true destination for Ninja Man. Because like I want to have, I don't have any of those amiibos, but if I can get a Ninja Man amiibo, I'm getting it.
Oh, bro, or just make a vinyl with it, and give them a code for it. Put a code on the back underneath them. That can work too.
Okay.
I love that Ninja
Yeah.
Man, but if you look behind me, I have nothing but vinyls behind me. Like I love vinyls. But like
That's
yo,
what's up.
that's and once again that's a great Kickstarter idea too. It's like get your official. If you donate $1,000, get your official Ninja Man vinyl with
Appreciate that.
exclusive code.
We might have to. We have to make a Thug Geek one
I,
just for that because
I'm
you got to
all
give
right
you some
for
props on that.
it.
You're on board. You're on board. You're on board.
So
But I
speak.
definitely
What?
So I gotta make sure that Kimiko gets a copy because like I'm really interested on getting more women's input on my game.
Why don't we do a stream for it? We should just stream it. I'm down for that.
Yeah,
We just all stream it.
absolutely. I
Okay,
love.
all right. So let's do that next time.
I am
So
a gamer, so yeah,
okay,
definitely.
because we'll have like Kimiko's like initial first reactions to the Ninja
Like,
Man
is
because like
this?
yeah. I love when women would comment on the game because it's I'm always sitting there and like okay I'm waiting for her to just tear my head off and it hasn't happened yet.
It hasn't happened yet.
The
So
typical female reaction, like I let my sister look at it, and I was just like, if anybody's gonna shit on my game, it's gonna be my sister. So let me just go ahead and get this over with. And so she looked at the play and she was just like, this is all cool, but what's up with all these white girls? Like, can you there ain't no black girls in this game? So that was her first reaction. I was just like, okay. So I gotta go back in.
that is true though.
And I
I've actually seen that with every single time a person of color plays a certain game, they'll notice it right away. Like, so where's the black people at? Like, aha!
yeah,
You noticed.
it's like skip everything else. It's like where am I? Where
Right.
am I? I need to be represented in this game. Where do I fit in this world? If you include me, I'm on the ship. So I was like, okay, cool. So I used Instagram as a great reference tool.
Mhm.
Shout out to all the Instagram models, and I started making sprites. All
You
shades,
mean
all
character
sizes.
references, Scott? Character
Yeah,
references.
character references, man. Character
So
references.
how
So
does it
it's
feel to
working
be
out.
actually? I mean, literally a person of color in game development. How do you feel about that? You feel like it's going to be a growing trend now that we're seeing more people of color in it,
I
or
hope so. I hope so. And then on
because
my
one thing
end,
I know
like
you said is like because the funding is what slows a lot of people down. So how do you kind of because it's other companies that get funded right away, like they have an idea, they know the ant knows the person, and so
yeah,
forth.
yeah, yeah. For me coming in from an independent standpoint,
Yeah,
and that I've never done this before, it's definitely difficult, but I'm learning. Um, I'm definitely not gonna give up. So, but I feel like would things be easier for me if I was a different color or something? I think so.
yeah,
But then it's all about connections and being a good human. Be a good human at all times. Don't be a dick. Nobody wants to work with a dick.
right,
Capture that,
right, exactly, right.
capture that. And
What's the total
so
size of the team you got working on this right now, too?
right now, two.
So there's you and the coder.
Actually, no, it's three. So the at the initial stage of a Ninja Man, it was me and Roger Reckadam Hicks, who's also the drummer in Steven Universe.
Oh
So the
wow.
deal was the deal was this. He was gonna help me make a video game, but I would have to be a part of this rap group. So we made this rap group called Ninjas in Tokyo.
Mm.
But the Ninjas in Tokyo was actually a podcast. It was supposed to be called Black Ninjas in Tokyo. That was the second name. The first name of the podcast is you can probably figure it out on your own. I'm not gonna say it because I don't know if I can say it on this show. And so it was a running joke.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got it now. So it was a running joke. So for the podcast, I was just like, yo, we need a mascot. We need some kind of like little emblem. And so that's where the Ninja Man design came from. Because it was like that little the head and the chain was our logo for the Ninjas in Tokyo podcast. But
Oh,
I ended up making like I just ended up building out that logo into an actual character. And then I started like okay, then I started animating them and started moving them around. And then Roger, he went through my files one day and he saw that like not only was it a logo, I had him actually running and moving and going to the swap meet and riding big wheels in space and a whole bunch of stuff. And he was just like, "Yo, you have enough sprites here to actually make a game. These shadows are getting crazy in here now, and
Mm.
right.
I'm gonna
I like
literally
you
have to get
start
on the
right.
floor.
Like
I'm gonna literally have to get on
Shikamaru just took over your room. That's what just happened.
yeah. So with all that stuff, he was just like, let's just put together a demo real quick and see what happens. And so we did an event called Video Game Prom in September of 2019, and we put the game in the corner. Nobody knew it was going to be there. We just put it in there, and then it was just like, you know, people were playing it like it was a real game. They were like, "Yo, what is this? Like, what is this?" And people, the funniest part is when people they ask like, "So who made this game?" And then it just goes like you see that really big black guy with the dreads who does not look like a video game programmer or a designer,
Mhm.
him. And so they're like, nah,
You like, ah, yes.
nah, not you. You didn't make this.
No, it
You know,
can't be
you,
you.
it can't be. Yeah. So it's that has always been very interesting to me because when you think of, I guess when you think of a video game designer, you
Mhm.
don't think of you don't. I mean, just to be honest, you don't think of people of color, and you don't think of someone of my stature who looks like they should play football. I do, but still. So it's always funny when you get that initial reaction. And so I thought it was really important. Like after those initial reactions, I was just like, "Yo, we have to be more present in our own game."
Yep.
So I made sure I made the next build. I built sprites for him, and I built sprites for myself, and I made us a part of the story as well. So
Impressive, man.
are we?
That's
Yeah, we're not really present, but it's our job to be more present.
let's say now you can start coaching the next generation, man.
I
Look
hope
at your
so.
game, you can start coaching like Mr.
I hope
Popular. How do
so.
we do this?
I'm still not super. I'm still so kind of. Dang, I can't believe you said that because but like I'm still getting used to people coming up and like, "Hey, Mr. Popular," and I have to answer to that now.
Right.
That's my gamer tag. But okay, fine.
So speaking
Yeah.
of which, though, so what do you do in your free time when you trying to relax, man? I know we've been talking about getting into about the game development of Ninja Man. What you do in the free time? What's your breather? What do you watch around there? Watch anime? Give me the
Uh
relaxation of Scott Pop or
the
Mr. Pop.
funny thing is, once you live in Japan, well, this is just me. After living in Japan for so long, I just don't watch anime. It's just like I feel like I'm living in it every day. This is a world. It's, it's a world separate from like the typical American world, like the
So
things that
Scott Pop or
happen
anime
here.
series? What you're saying is that coming soon now too?
I I feel like that is I feel like that is Ninja Man actually. Like that's my version of an anime. But I will say this: what I haven't, but I got to find something new to watch now. I really enjoyed Arcane.
I haven't
I
watched it yet. I'm actually
really,
gonna watch it this weekend. I have not watched it
it's
yet. I was waiting for all the
amazing.
episodes to come out.
Like I don't know if I want to put that in a. I don't even know if I want to put that in the realm of anime. I think it's just good. Like it's just really, really good. Like
Well,
I'm really
that's the
planning to
thing. It's a
rewatch
lot
it.
of lore to back it up. It's like Magic the Gathering. Like
Yeah,
once this Magic Gathering comes out, and it's such good lore already that transferring it to animation is nothing because the lore is already there.
yeah. So I think that was really good. So and then just to relax, dude, I make sprays. Like I have so much stuff that's not related to Ninja Man that I've made. That's probably like one of my biggest relaxers. And then you just, I mean, some of the things that you can do in America you can't do here, and vice versa.
Like what?
I
Please,
think
please, more detail. What are the do's and
bath,
don'ts of Japan?
Bats?
very bath. The bath technology here is amazing. Like, well, okay, Kimiko, when's the last time you took a bath? I'm not
Really?
saying you dirty. I'm just saying when was the last time you took a bath?
I know, bath has been a long time because I moved into a spot that's only a shower now. So
Right.
we talking about a couple of years.
Yeah. Like I'm on a bath like maybe twice a day now. I'm like, and
Hell
I'm
yeah,
big.
that's my
Is it
I'm
because of
stuff.
the bathhouses or because they actually have baths inside the rooms?
it's the no, it's they're bathhouses and it's just in the society.
Mm-hmm.
This is like it's just something you can do, and the hot water don't quit. You you
Ooh,
can run
you know they
you
be
can run
charging you extra for that water in Atlanta, boy.
yeah yeah
Right.
Georgia Power want their money,
Yeah. So
but like
explain that to me because like I'm for me it's like that's a lot of trouble. Like, oh, let me go take a bath. Let me walk 3 miles and get dirty again. How? What's the closest bathhouse?
for me it's like a block away.
Wow, they're
But
that
and
close.
but yeah, but your house is ev- every house in Japan is pretty much built with like a deep tub that you can even at 6'4" I can get in. It might not be as
Really?
comfortable as I wanted to be, but I can get in.
No stuff. See, I always thought the house in Japan just had like almost like a shower type, not really the bathing
Nah,
thing.
man, it's if you got a really good house, you got a really good tub, man. So that's what's up.
Right.
It's like, yo, let's check your tub first, bro.
Yeah,
What's
Exactly.
yeah,
that tub looking
yeah.
like?
Fuck the
Oh yeah,
master bedroom, son.
yeah,
Let me see
yeah.
this tub.
That is a deal breaker for me right there. And then Japanese toilets, like the whole bathroom technology here is just light years
Yeah, like
beyond
they all have
what's in
bidets.
America.
That's all. They all have bidets and stuff.
I know, right? Like dirty ass.
Right.
Like you just don't know what it's like, man. And and then you upgrade it. Like I got some bubbles. I get my bubble bath on. It's crazy, man.
He's
It's
like, yo,
crazy.
I'm
fuck
like,
it,
I'm a
man. I
man
got
over here. I'm a
bubble.
man.
Yeah.
Still a
I'm
guy.
dude, you don't know. I'm a midday bubble bath connoisseur. Well, I get you right. I will get you right.
So speaking of which,
So
let's talk
yeah.
about that real quick. Is what are the differences? Because we were talking about the difference between like the stuff in Japan and Atlanta. Like, is there Waffle House in Japan? Is there I get some crystals in
Okay.
Japan? What's up?
Kids.
Nah. Okay. Like the good thing about Japan is
Yeah.
Japan is one of the places in the world where like it's the most restaurants per square foot. You can literally, especially if you're in Tokyo, you can literally walk about 10 minutes in any direction, and you'll find a new restaurant.
Oh wow. A new
Like
restaurant?
any a new restaurant or something you've never had before.
Mm.
So is that a
Like
good thing or
different.
bad thing? Is shit closing or opening all the time?
Yeah. Before COVID, it was awesome.
Yeah.
Like you could literally do it. I've been thinking about doing a show where I just go to different places in Tokyo and eat different food, and just do like maybe a 5 minute video. Like, yo, this is hot. Make
Yeah.
sure you go here, man.
Look,
And
let me
that
wait,
series would go on
wait.
forever.
No, seriously, there is a guy on Twitch, which he has not left Japan yet because they keep giving him money because they want him to try food and walk around. So he
Yeah,
literally just walks around, Tokyo all day, every day, and just like live stream on Twitch.
yeah. It's just like I've been thinking about doing that too because I mean it's just there's so many, and there's no way he can hit all of them. There's
I heard
no
that because
way.
like one of my bucket list things is actually hit up all the ramen shops in Tokyo.
Mm.
Mm. I mean, and that's tough because like there are new ones that come out every other week now, and just crazy things. But then on the low dollar,
Hmm.
the thing that most of my friends from Atlanta who have visited me in Tokyo, the one thing that they say that's like just amazing is the convenience store technology.
Oh yeah, 7-Eleven's amazing out there.
What?
Amazing.
Wait, tell me about it. Tell me about it. I never heard.
Everything you want, everything you want to do, you can do at a 7-Eleven. Let's say like you have some golf clubs that you need to mail to your auntie because she has a game that's coming up. You can do that at 7-Eleven. You can mail your golf club to your auntie who has a game, and they'll get there on time. You can
Wow.
pay all your bills. You can get every drink that you need at any time that you want it. You can get good. This food is probably 5 tiers higher than any food that you'll get in an American gas station.
Wow. So
Sometimes
does it?
sometimes fresh fruits and vegetables. I mean, this is the go to spot,
I
and
mean,
everything for
would
like
you get
under twenty
sushi from
dollars.
7-Eleven? Would you get sushi from 7-Eleven?
If I'm hungry enough,
Wow.
like if you had the munchies, like oh god, if you had the munchies, boy, this is the place to go. You might spend way too much money. Like
So
the
what? I mean, what
dessert
about the
aisle.
dollar amount? Is this still convenience store prices, or is it actually less pricing, like a Kroger, like a
No,
grocery
it's
store?
still no, it's convenience store prices.
Okay.
The prices are pretty good. The only flaw thing about these stores, and this is not just the convenience, this is probably the worst thing about Japan for me personally. The cereal aisle is the worst
Like in a good way or bad
Wait.
thing?
in a bad way. In a bad way, it's like they don't know what good cereal is.
Well,
Okay,
Like
so
when you,
tell
there's a
us what cereal that you like the most there, and what cereal you wish was there
all
in
of
those
okay,
stores.
every cereal here is trash. Every last one of them, just
So
garbage
are they just
trash.
not American cereals, or are they just Japanese cereals?
It hit different. Like the Frosted Flakes here, they got like like they Tony the Tiger been on Slim Fast. He ain't got
It's Tony Slim. It's Slim Tony.
yeah. It's
Tony
Slim Tony.
Slim.
It's Slim Tony. I do not rock with Slim Tony. And
The
his
Lucky
his his
Charms is
semi
just charms.
nah, they just charms. They ain't even lucky. They just like it's some
Man,
random
the Fruity
random.
Pebbles
And
is just
they
pebbles.
yeah, all of their cereal here is like bootleg cereal. You know
Wow.
what bootleg cereal looks like.
Yes.
So it's
Yes.
it's it's really whack. And then they give you like bread loaves with like with the that has like odd numbers of slices. Like what you
Are you serious?
So
yeah,
you're like, dang, I got what is this one slice?
it's
So
like
you that's
why
horrible.
like why are you forcing me to make toast? Like
Right. You
like
can
the
make two
math
sandwiches and one piece of toast. That's it.
yeah, the math be all wrong and you be like, dang dude, like that's not what I want at all. So I mean they're like Japan has its height points, but it does have its flaw points, and that's definitely one of them.
Speaking of
But
ramen, what do you
oh
put on
yeah.
your ramen or your soup?
Ah, my ramen, man. I'm gourmet with mine.
Mm?
I'm gourmet. Like I try to get a onsen tamago. So an onsen tamago is kind of like
My eyes get big.
it's
she,
kind.
They're like, what is that?
she's like, what? Her sister looks like, what is a masking? What?
Okay,
Please.
all right. So onsen means like the natural hot spring bath, right?
Okay.
And tamago means egg.
Yes, I know that.
So the way they cook it is kind of like poached, but it's poached on the inside of the egg. So when you open it, it's kind of like
Gooey?
it's yeah, it's kind of gooey. Yeah. Hold on one second. Ah, can y'all hear that?
No, not really.
Okay, not really. Okay, that sounds pretty good. Um, so yeah, so that's the egg. That's the egg of choice to put in there. And then I like my ramen like I like my cereal. I like it soggy, so I gotta wait for a little while.
Yep, gotta let the noodles sit in. Gotta let them boys
Gotta
sit
let the
in real
noodles.
quick.
They be like, some people are like, well, you gotta eat it now. It's gotta be. I was like, this ain't spaghetti, dude. This is not al dente. This is ramen. I need it to be thick.
See, I'm the
So
same way.
yeah,
That's why I
that's
can never get into like sauceless ramen. I'm like, it's just noodles. I want my shit to, I want that broth to be gone when I get to my ramen. I try to have the noodles
exactly, man.
blow it up like, yo, there it is. It's in the noodles now.
Yeah. So that's definitely I think we're cut from the same cloth in that situation.
So that's it.
Oh,
Just
for sure.
egg and noodles. That's it. Egg noodle broth. Nothing else. No meat. No Naruto. No
Nah, I mean
nothing.
if I can get some meat in there, you can throw some fried chicken in there. The fried chicken game in Japan is boss.
Yes, I heard about the KFC fried white rice. I heard all about that.
Mm.
Like KFC is like a national holiday in Japan.
Yeah, it sucks. It's December right now. So if you want the KFC chicken dinner, You have to sign up for it. You must make a reservation at KFC.
What? Why?
You cannot get chicken. If you go to KFC on Christmas Day and you ain't make a reservation, the Colonel is shutting you down. He's
Wow.
gonna shut you down. He's like, "Did you
So
make a
is there a
reservation?"
Popeyes over there or just KFC?
The Popeyes is only on the base,
Wow.
but
Yeah.
Korea is making a play again. So the Korean fried chicken,
Yeah. Oh, it's
boy,
amazing when it's done right.
man, it's done right. But they give you like trash bags worth of of chicken, right?
Man.
And the average Japanese person cannot eat that in one sitting.
No. That is
What
definitely
are you
true. Like, yeah,
drinking?
the meal placement from Japan to here is it's literally apples and oranges.
Mm.
What are you
But
drinking over there?
smoothie, my girl,
What's it?
it's like she just. I think this is it's banana, pineapple, and blueberry.
Nice.
The good stuff.
Get that development mind going. Well, other than that, though,
Mm.
Scott, is there anything else you can tell us about, man, before we move on to get everything going? What else you working on? Anything else you want to give to us
Oh
in
man,
this episode of BlerdSoup?
I hope that I'm trying to become a better rapper. So I hope that this I'm doing a popular rendition of Mr. Rogers. I'm thinking about doing a Christmas jingle.
Oh
Hopefully
snap!
it'll be out in time, so just check it out. I'm gonna be wearing the red cardigan and the slip-on joints. I'm trying to
Whoa,
put it
real
together.
quick. Is there going to
Mhm.
be a Ninja Man album, though?
Oh yeah, definitely. Oh definitely. So, yeah, so we got there right now. There's 4 tracks done. That's was basically the music in the game. So that's definitely gonna be a part. Like I like doing the live shows because it's not like I don't have to be a rapper. It's more just like a hype man. And Roger's such an amazing drummer that like he basically carries the show.
Nice.
And nobody knows who's the DJ
Mm.
because so in the game and in real life, Ninja Man is actually a part of Ninjas in Tokyo, the group, but he's the DJ. But nobody knows who's inside the mask.
I like it.
That sounds good to me, man. That
Me
sounds good to me
Yeah,
too.
because I would love to have them rocking that on my YouTube music account, rock to the Ninja Man soundtrack, like boom, 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 boom. Like, hey,
yeah.
pumping it.
He's definitely bringing Ninja Man to the A as soon as they unfortified Japan because they just put us back on lockdown like 2 days ago.
Oh,
Because
really?
the Unicron version,
Mm-hmm. Unicron.
they're like, y'all ain't going to America, son, at all.
Like no,
Uh,
yeah,
And
nah,
America, I'm trying to go to Japan. It's like, nah, bro, we don't want you here.
mm-mm, mm-mm.
I can't even
Like
go there
you
for
just don't.
work, even for business.
No, like Unicron shut that down. I'm even to the point where like I don't even know if I can leave and get back in.
mm.
Like they'll be like, okay, yeah, take your black ass on, but that don't mean the door gonna be open when you come back.
Like you can leave, but good luck coming back.
Yeah, so it's a really raw 50-50.
Man, that's sad. I'm sad to hear that. Once again, man, thank you for your time to come out here to our podcast for episode 3
Uh,
of season 2,
Stop it.
Mr. Popular. It's been a fantastic ride. Once again, it's your boy T Fields, aka Thug Geek, here with Chemical. Chemical, did you have any other questions to add before we left?
Oh no, I'm just like excited. I want to play it. I'm like I'm waiting for that code so I can start playing live.
Yeah, because you got we got some followers too, man. So I'm definitely down. But once again, thank you for your time, everybody. This has been Blerd Soup, season 2, episode 3, here with Mr. Popular. Go check out Ninja. Oh yeah, tell them where to check out Ninja Man at.
you can check out Ninja Man at Ninja Man Game at Twitter and Ninja Man Game at no Ninja Man at Ninja Man Game for Twitter and Instagram, and you can just check me out at Scott Popular on
And
everything.
download the game at itch.io and look under Ninja Man.
Yeah, what he said.
Hey man, I'm supporting a great game. So once again, this has been a good podcast, y'all. See you for you guys next week. You guys take it easy, and we're out.